Hello, so we're back. I have food in my belly now. Also, hopefully I gave my voice enough of a break. It's getting distracted by my sister's comment. So we are going to do, oh wait. I have the habit of using, if it's on the big screen, using my mouse. Okay. In a dark corner of the room, Xavier and I meet up again, but we still don't know what our next step will be. I really wish someone told us what to do right now.
You're so dumb.
Oh my god, why does that look like a Five Nights at Freddy something? When my exasperated statement echoes in the room, someone calls out to us. There's a third person here. Xavier and I exchange looks, then turn our heads in the direction of the sound. A fluffy yet dirty head popped out of the cardboard box.
It's a pig.
A pig? That literally looked like Bonnie. Or maybe it's a sheep?
How rude. I'm a rabbit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Xavier walks over to the plushy bunny and nonchalantly unties its ears that were tangled in a knot. The plushy bunny wiggles its ears and leaps out of the box.
Allow me to answer all those questions you just asked.
Why lie? That is literally... that is an animatronic. Allow me to answer all those questions you just asked. Is this the NPC that assigns quests? The plushy bunny strolls towards the dazzling light at the center of the room and clears its throat. Xavier and I aren't a real demonic knight or mage, we are toys. At least today I can say that with my chest because my mom is not downstairs. Yeah, my mom is a bit religious. If I say things like that, she'll be questioning and somebody will be brought to do but I'm going to be thrown away tomorrow morning and his hesitation isn't any better. His situation.
Master abandoned Sir Knight a long time ago.
Master?
Those demon horns belong to another toy. He just took them from it and placed it on your head.
They weren't mine to begin with, huh?
As for the treasure we're after?
Rumor has it that a hidden treasure is nearby. It's a magic sewing kit capable of breathing new life into any toy.
So we're doing treasure hunt again here?
How is it magical exactly?
If you can find it, maybe none of us will be thrown away or bear the loneliness.
Turning its head, the plushy bunny, its eyes shining with determination, looks past the balcony and points to the moonlight scenery outside. Following the guiding gesture, Xavier and I raise our heads. When the window sill is that high up, it's impossible for the two of us to get out.
I actually think being thrown into the garbage together isn't bad. We won't be lonely.
Well, I guess, yeah.
We'll have each other as company.
Xavier makes his way to the cupboard box, eager to lie down and enjoy this moment of luxury. Okay, what is this gesture? I quickly grab him and pull him back. Xavier, you can't slack off now. I turn to look at the plushy bunny. Since you're this resourceful, you must know. How many planes today? Yo, you must know of a way for us to leave.
Well?
The plushy bunny snaps its finger and more heads pop out of the cardboard box. There are plushy doggies, a toy robot, toy princess.
Hi.
Okay. You guys were in there the whole time? This whole time. No wonder it didn't feel any. I didn't feel any pain when I fell into the box. So I just fell on down. In the colorful room, the toy, as if well trained, stacked themselves into two has haphazard pile that are like towers. The toy elephant and robot are at the bottom of the pile, beckoning me and Xavier to use them as a makeshift stairs. When we finally reach the windowsill, I turn around and see the toys waving at us. The plushy bunny is about to say something as it cups its hands around its mouth and shouts.
Hold on! Take this!
It throws something at us and I catch the object, a pocket watch with a map tucked inside it.
Master gets up at 6 in the morning. You need to be back before that time.
How big is the watch? I'm guessing small. I nod and then look at Xavier by my side, who is silently gazing at the scene below. What's on your mind?
It's like we're the heroes bearing everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, let's do our best.
In that case,
What? Xavier takes out a magic hat from behind, carefully brushing off some dust before gently placing it on my head. My magic hat? I forgot.
I didn't.
Under the moonlight, Xavier's eyes shine more brightly. I look at the demon horns on his head and cup his cheek. It seems that wearing these horns doesn't make you feel good. Does it? I'll help you take them off. I reach out, but he avoids my hand. A faint smile appears on his face.
Didn't you think they were cute? I'll just keep them.
Before I can react, Xavier is already standing and gazing at this surreal view before us. Suppressing my fluttering heart, I focus on our current mission and get up. The scene blurs the line between reality and holograms. I feel as if I am looking down from thousands of meters in the air. Xavier, you should be clear. You should be clear about what to do next.
But I want you to have the call.
What? I hate parkour and I hate heights, but clearly this is not me. Let's go for a roof. Yeah. That's probably a safer bet than going through the door. Look at those roofs. Don't you think they are the shortcut for us to find the treasure?
Then count to 5, and we go up to the roof together.
5? Oh my gosh. That scared me. The next second I jump up with all my strength and say something to Xavier with a smile. If you don't come now, you won't be able to catch up. Behind me, Xavier jumps towards me right after my words with a breeze.
I thought it was fair play, but I didn't expect someone to break the rules before it started.
In the moonlight, Xavier's hair and clothes are all raised by the wind, looking free and unrestrained. I stare at his profile, an unpopular knight. Some people just have no taste. The night sky is like a vast expanse of the black veldt. Where are we even? The street lights are as big as the full moon. Above us, they emit a bright silver light. The whole wind, loud traffic resounds in our ears as Xavier and I stand on the street and check the handmade map.
It seems to be right there.
Oh, Nearby is an orange building with a I can't. It resembles the one on the map and stands out as if it's in front of us. But, Xavier, are we actually making progress? We've been walking for a while, yet it feels like we're stuck in the same spot. What time?
We should be.
What time are we even supposed to come back?
It may not look like it, but my legs are telling me they're working hard.
Xavier puts away the map and looks up at the sky. He appears to be deep in thought. What are you thinking?
Since this is a treasure hunt, there's bound to be some rules, right?
Are you saying there might be a portal that can take us directly to the treasure site? Xavier pauses, then shakes his head.
I was going to say that there should be an exit button somewhere.
Exit? Although this is certainly one way to solve the problem, it's a bit too thorough. Thorough?
I'm not imagining things this time, right?
Yeah, I had the cat too. Is it too late to give up now? Xavier and I exchange looks before slowly turning our heads. I thought we found an Easter egg, but instead, oh, a giant orange tabby is right before our eyes. Its nose almost touching us. Nose? The cat's warm breath touches our ears, then those bright eyes lock onto Xavier.
You
Huh?
play with me.
Huh? The cat gives Xavier another once over before pouncing. Okay, what now? Xavier? Allah? We're in a cave now. What is going on? I'm so tired. An upscale world. A cat that can talk. What is this place? Catching my breath, I hesitantly check the pocket watch. Only 30 minutes has passed since the orange tabby kidnapped Xavier. Wait, so I'm alone? Following the muddy paw prints on the ground, I navigate through the wind path and traffic until I find myself before a massive cave. I notice a sign hanging above me. Mimi's mansion. It's a surprisingly nice residence for a cat. Xavier will be fine, probably. Taking a deep breath, I pull down the brim of my hat and sneak in, staying close to the wall of the cave. Thankfully, the cave isn't spacious. I haven't ventured too far when I see Mimi's the orange tabby snoring in front of a chair. So the cat is bigger than us, right? I don't even understand really what's going on. And across from Mimi is Xavier, who is tied to a chair. He hasn't moved and his back faces me. This is bad. Is he unconscious? Seeing how urgent the situation is, there is no time for me to come up with a plan. On my tippy toes, I approach Xavier. Is it? Yeah, probably sleeping. Why am I not surprised? Okay. Are you sleeping? After quite a while, Xavier slowly opens his eyes.
You're here?
Yeah, I'm here to save you. But how could you fall asleep at a time like this?
It's because I knew you'd rescue me.
Bitch, please. Nice reasoning. I painstakingly untie the ropes around Xavier, ready to make a stealth escape with him. However, when I turn around, I come face to face with those eyes again.
What are you doing?
This is so weird. I realize there's a large gap between our strengths. My mind races before I swiftly fall to my knees. Oh, great, Mimi. It's a misunderstanding. What is this? Chapter 3. Under the dim light coming through the cave's entrance, the colossal creature is bathed in a golden glow. Mimi rests its cheeks on one paw, seemingly interested in what I have to say.
So, you're here to ransom him?
With what, though? Yes, oh great Mimi, please look at this. I take off my magic hat and offer it with both hands. This one-of-a-kind hat goes well with your sleek, beautiful fur. Mimi frowns, appearing to only be somewhat convinced. Sensing its doubts, I nudge Xavier with my elbow. Right, Xavier? Xavier immediately nods.
With this hat, you'll become the strongest cat in the world.
Maybe Xavier looks more trustworthy with its paw. Mimi picks up the hat and puts it on its ear. Turning around, it uses a small paddle as a mirror. The noise didn't come from my stomach. Looking at the person next to me, I lean in and whisper, "You ate 4 loaves of bread before we got to the island. How are you already hungry?"
A little bit hungry. Don't you think the hat on Mimi's ear looks like a croissant?
Seemingly pleased with the hat, Mimi agrees to let go of Xavier. Just as we step out of the cave, ready to continue our adventure, Xavier glances at the pocket watch. A light bulb seems to go off in his head as he turns around.
If you're looking for a playmate, then this problem will be easy to fix.
Ooh? Yeah, that went by itself. Xavier pulls out the crumpled map and folds it and points at the orange building with a I never know. I don't know what that is. Wait, are we riding the cart at this point? The building on both sides of the street fade into the distance. Their shapes and colors blur into a trail of flowing shadows. I reach out to touch the soft orange fur beneath me. I glance at Xavier, who is next to me. Everything feels surreal, as if we are in a dream.
Is there anything wrong?
At this point, are they like in some simulation thing or what? Xavier notices my gaze. It's nothing, it just feels like I'm in a dream right now. I can't believe we're riding on a cart's back as it races through the city streets. It doesn't feel real. A fleeting smile graces Xavier's lips, and I notice it. Mimicking him, I ask the same question. Is there anything wrong?
It's nothing. I just feel happy.
Is it because you also think riding a cat feels magical?
Yeah, but what makes me even more happy
Why?
is that I appeared in your fantastical dream.
Okay. I was not expecting to say. I was not expecting to say that. In an instant, my senses, like the sensory before my eyes, becomes amplified countless times over. I can almost hear my own heartbeat, yet I can't do anything about it. I just turn my head and make a quiet remark. You're cheating. I understand the implication behind my word. Understanding the implication behind my words, Xavier takes it a step further. He suddenly wraps his arms around my shoulder. What?
Even in a dream, you can't forget to buckle up.
His words are gentle, as if he's just starting So that is something that naturally happens. And so I find myself enveloped in his warmth, secretly wishing this ride lasts a little longer. Mimi is faster than I expected. It soon comes to a stop before the orange building with Aspire. I'm like, how did I even get there in the first place if it takes this long to get out from the cave? Xavier and I peer from behind the glass gate, only to be greeted with a pitch black darkness, unable to see the interior. Are we too late? Xavier's gaze lands on the lock loosely hanging on the gate. We exchange looks. Xavier instructs me to keep watch. Then he takes me through the small gap and we cautiously walk. Above the myriad of items displayed on the shelf, a bronze lamp emits a faint glow and emits its surroundings. Toys are meticulously arranged, exuding an air of serenity under the lights, and it's as if they are anticipating the dawn of a new day.
The place that was marked on the treasure map was a toy store?
Hmm? After scanning our new surroundings, Xavier leaps onto the first row of a shelf and extends his hand to me.
Come on.
I don't even know what exactly we're doing this guy. The wood shelves crack under our weight as we walk. Rows of toys, each one proportionate to our size, are leaning up neatly beside us. Xavier and I decide to split up to find the treasure, but as time passes, our efforts didn't yield any results, let alone progress. Unsure of what to do, I stare at the toy Xavier calls out to me.
Is this the magic sewing kit?
Where?
Shh.
Oh. Xavier's hand covers my mouth as he looks at the table in front of us. A grey-haired old lady has her head on the table, her right hand holding a worn sachet. Near her left hand is a small golden sewing kit.
I think we found it.
Xavier climbs onto the edge of the table. He picks up the sewing kit before handing it to me. That's it. It's different from the scene I had envisioned where heroes find the treasure while surrounded by a cheering crowd. Standing under the dim lighting, we calmly taste our victory. It leaves me dazed for a moment. And then Xavier realizes something.
What time is it?
Past time, probably. Both of us turn around and see the sky outside is getting brighter. Xavier checks the pocket watch. There's only an hour left until it's 6 o'clock. Without wasting a second, he takes my wrist and sprints to the exit.
The game hasn't ended yet.
When we step out of the toy store, Mimi is still lying down impatiently waiting for us. Gentle sunlight pierces through the mist and creates a golden outline around its furry head. Isn't it normally dark while it's still 6? Xavier walks up to it and gives it a head pat.
As promised, I found you a playmate.
What? Out of nowhere, Xavier pulls out a small figure of an orange tabby and places it on Mimi's nose. Since when did you get that? Did he get that? Mimi's eyes sparkle with excitement. It stares at the toy cat for a while before nuzzling its head. Picking up the toy with its mouth, Mimi tosses it on its back. Then Mimi lowers itself, waiting for us to get on.
Where are we going?
The fact that it is
Home.
the fact that it decided to give the cat that voice, it's low-key creepy. The stars in the sky gradually fade away and are replaced with a tender blue. Xavier and I once again find ourselves pursued on Mimi's back as it navigates through the traffic. We wave our way against the tide of city life.
Have you heard of the fairy tale where a princess needs to get in her carriage and return home before midnight?
Yeah,
I feel like it's similar to our current situation.
I guess, but our cat carriage can't go back to being a pumpkin. I don't have any glass slipper to lose.
Didn't you forget something?
What, my hat? What? The very next second, Xavier opens his palm, revealing a tiny hair clip, adorned with a little magic hat.
Your magic hat is indeed one of a kind. I couldn't find a second one. So use this as a replacement.
When did you get it? I had no idea.
While I was looking for Mimi's toy, I happened to see it. I left some extra cash on the
I
table.
was going to say, we're literally just stealing from this old woman.
Since Mimi got a gift, you should get one too.
What about you? As Xavier talks, he moves closer to me.
Lean down.
What? Why? I do as he says, feeling the gentle touch on his fingers as he waves through my hair, securing the hair clip in place.
Done.
Shouldn't we look down instead of lean down? His gaze lingers on my face as if he's admiring something. I can't help but feel slightly embarrassed. Before I could ask if it looked good, he gives me his answer.
It's beautiful.
Mimi drops us off under the windowsill of our home, then turns around and leaves with the toy cat still on its back. With 30 minutes left until 6 a.m., we stare at the windowsill looming above us. We are confronted with another challenge. It's easy to go down, but difficult to go back up.
It's not impossible.
Get? In what sense? Xavier flickers his wrist and I can tell he's thought of something. The staff said we can't use our evolves.
I guess it's impossible then.
He forgot about that. Just as we stare at each other confused, a familiar fluffy head peeks over the edge of the windowsill. Hey, Plushy Bunny, help us! The Plushy Bunny nods at us before turning around to ask for some assistance. A few moments later, a strand of golden hair gracefully descends. It resembles a fragile vine.
I don't think using Her Highness's hair is a good idea.
Oh, right. My bad.
Did you really think that could hold us? The toy princess tucks her hair behind her ear. Then the toy elephant trunk goes down and wraps itself around Xavier's arm. The last part. I have no idea what Xavier and I went through. You have? Who am I talking to? The cat? I mean the bunny? You have no idea what Xavier and I went through to get this magic sewing kit. Hey robot, don't cut in line. In the familiar spacious room, Xavier and I set up a makeshift soft shop using a cardboard box as a table. I'm not the best at sewing, but once I start doing it, I realize it's not as difficult as I thought it would be. While I mend the toy and maintain order, Xavier assists me and keeps track of the time.
Then what? What happened after that?
The plushy bunny lies flat on the cardboard box. One of its ears is in the process of being repaired as the others listen to my story. He was almost done for. Luckily, I made a dramatic entrance. I was just in time. Scissors.
Here.
Huh? What was that sound? Why are you laughing? I didn't lie, did I?
No, you're telling the truth. On a dark and stormy night, I was dragged into a cave by a giant beast.
Stormy?
I was on death's door, so it was good she showed up.
Huh? Bish?
She punched beasts and kicked monsters to save me.
You're amazing!
He's exaggerating. I am... Zia makes up an epic tale on the spot. He captivates all the toys that are currently present. Feeling a little embarrassed, I pinch Xavier's waist. Huh? I lean closer to him. I whisper into his ear. You're exaggerating. Literally what I said.
I thought you were enjoying this.
That's embezzling too much. I have the script right here, Ines. But you're really embezzling the details.
I'm the only one who knows the truth anyway.
And the cat, don't forget the cat. The cat knows that too. Mimi knows. With the final stitch done, I patch the flashy bunny on its shoulder to tell it to get up. Wiggling its ear, it observes its own reflection in the glass window again and again.
I feel like a brand new toy. Master won't throw me away now.
You sure about that? As soon as it says that, the group of toys behind us rush forward. Each one wants to be next. Calm down, everyone will get their turn. Oh. All the toys are finally patched up. Silver and I sit on the ground, leaning against the cardboard box. The cheerful chatter of toys who have been fixed fill the air behind us.
What about you?
What about me? Huh? Xavier grabs my wrist. His gaze falling onto the hole in my sleeve. When did that even happen? Why is it bigger than before?
It's probably because you made a dramatic entrance after punching and kicking monsters.
Xavier, you're making fun of me.
I'm not.
Just as I'm about to get the sewing kit next to me, a hand beats me to it.
Don't move.
Do you even know how to sew? As he lowers his head, the sunlight streaming through the window casts a soft glow, creating a shadow beneath him. He observes my sleeve for a few seconds, then... What are you doing? Xavier tears off a piece of cloth from his night's attire. He compares it against my sleeve and speaks earnestly.
The hole can't be fixed with just a few stitches.
Eh? I guess my question might have been misunderstood, but seeing the way he lowers his head with a serious expression, I decide not to say anything about it. How come I wasn't aware you could sew?
I wouldn't say that, but it's the same for you, isn't it?
Well,
After watching you do it so many times just now, I think I've got the hang of it.
it doesn't work like that. Really?
Yeah.
As usual, Xavier has the inexplicable confidence when doing things he's not good at. Similar to his cooking endeavor, his sewing skills are clumsy yet honest. And it's because of his dedication that the result is charmingly comical. You thought it was that easy, huh? After putting in a lot of effort, he looks at the cocked patch on my sleeve and thinks for a bit.
The colors are similar enough. So unless you take a closer look, the flaws aren't obvious, right?
Without waiting for my response, he nods as if to affirm his own statement.
So next...
Oh? Did I finish that? Okay, yeah, I did. His gaze shifted to the tear on my shoulder, and just as he's about to raise, suddenly the door behind us opens. Ah.
Why are all my toys here?
I'm like, but you're ripped, boy. Your clothes. You're going to be the one who's thrown in it. Those huge eyes close in on me as if they're conducting a quality inspection of sorts. Then the familiar machinery activates once more and back in the cupboard box again. What even? Darn it, I was so close. But luckily those toys weren't thrown away. I still did a good deed. The sound of a car starting reaches my ear. Amidst the wobbling, I scan the inside of the cupboard box. What was once filled with toys is now empty, but... Why are you here? I turn my gaze on the familiar face in front of me. I'm surprised he's able to enjoy a moment of respite with eyes closed. Opening his eyes, he yawns and answers me with a shrug.
I'm here for the same reason you are.
Which is? 10 minutes ago, I was thrown into the cupboard box. While I was in the darkness, I heard muffling voices outside. Xavier probably fell in right after. Then the box was sealed up and loaded onto a truck. Is it because you talk of your torn clothes?
I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out. If you hadn't ripped the fabric of your outfit to help stitch mine, you wouldn't be here, right?
I don't know.
How do you not know anything?
There are things I do know.
Which is? He pushes the tape on the cupboard box. Light from outside seeps in for a moment.
For example, I know being trapped here with you isn't bad. After all, I was an unloved knight forsaken by my master. It was only a matter of time before I'm thrown away. I might as well...
He moves a little closer to me.
Go to the one who likes me.
You. I look into Xavier's eyes. My heart skips a beat, yet I can't find the words to say. Just as this moment, the car comes to a sudden stop and the trunk is opened. An unknown force pulls the cardboard box forward and then stops. Have we been officially thrown out? We hear the sound of a car driving away right then and there. It's rumbling, so it fades into the distance.
That should be it.
Xavier pushes the top of the cardboard box again. Maybe it's loosened a little when it was moved. The box instantly opens. Have we been donated? That's all I can think. Emerging from it, we find ourselves on the corner of a street. As we stare at the cars and people passing by, Confusion washes over us again.
The game hasn't ended? What's our next destination then?
I don't know.
Then what should we do now?
Well, who knows? I don't know.
So you also don't know what to do.
There are things I do know. This time, I take the initiative to hold Xavier's hand. For example, I know going anywhere with you will be fun. He freezes for a moment before taking my hand. Xavier, in that case, there's still something we need to do.
Which is...
Narrowing my eyes, I lean in, I look at the demon horns on his head. It is important for you to make a demon-like sound while wearing this.
Do you really want to hear it?
Yes, I want to hear it. I do.
Roar. Happy now?
You need it with spirits, with the energy. Xavier and I take a step forward, sensing something has fallen behind us. I don't care if this counts as us winning or losing the game. Can you do it again? One more time, please?
No.
Do it again, pretty please, with a cherry on top.
Don't make me do it again. Pretty please with a cherry on top.
It's so cute. So we didn't even technically win the game this time. Interesting. His is just like we're experiencing, I don't even know. Okay, Zayne's turn now. Above us, clouds blanket the sky and obscure all light. It feels like the weather will remain overcast forever. There is no sunlight. I can't even tell if there is a sun in the sky. After asking the villagers, Zayne and I have figured out where we need to go. As expected, the looming ice palace at the mountain's summit contains the labeled treasure. In addition, only winter's emissaries are allowed to step into the mountain and make their way to the palace. Are we really the only ones who can enter this area? I glance behind. The villagers who have bid us farewell are standing near the edge of the mountain. Zayne reaches out to touch the air. His palm brushes against an invincible barrier.
It's possible the designers used evil to make this. The halo acts as a pass of sorts.
Oh, okay. That will make sense. So from this point on, we can only rely on each other. However, there's a dilemma more troublesome than the treasure hunt itself. Do we really have to climb? I stare at the large mountain, feeling reluctant about the unexpected workout. Zayne, do you think there might be something? As I speak, I turn to look at Zayne. I want to know what he thinks. But it turns out Zayne, who was studying the barrier seconds ago, is already warming up for a climb. He's stretching his wrists and ankles even. Never mind.
I know what's on your mind.
What?
I asked a few villagers. If we reach the forest that's halfway up the mountain, the solution will take us directly to the summit.
I let out a sigh of relief, then walk over to Zayne and stretch with him. My navigator is very reliable. He already has our route planned out.
That's because someone was too busy admiring the snails in the bushes.
Ew! Don't even. I was just trying to chat with the local animals to gain a different perspective.
Unfortunately, the snails are currently hibernating and thus cannot answer your questions.
Gross. I don't like snails. Smiling, he puts his right leg forward and bends down. I stand to the side and stretch my arm while observing Zayne's movements. Zayne, your muscle are... I purposely draw out the last word, letting it linger in the air. As expected, Zayne's curiosity is pickled.
Or what?
Steve! Taking advantage of his current position, I quickly walk up to him and squeeze his shoulders. His shoulders are also stiff. How long have you been hunched over while walking? When was the last time you exercised?
Your accusation is unfair. I went for a run yesterday morning. I bought you coffee on my way back as well. Did you forget?
Mm-hmm. Then it must be the cold weather. Zayne straightens his posture. Shaking the snow off his body, he looks at me nonchalantly.
You're right. When the weather is this cold, it's necessary to find an effective method for staying warm.
Which is? He wraps his arms around me, enveloping me in the comforting embrace of his coat.
I feel warmer now.
That coat looks so cozy. Like, I want to touch it. I'm sorry. I feel warmer now. It looks so cozy. We try hard to find our way up as we slowly ascend the mountain. The snowfall becomes heavier. As we the crunching sound of our shoes occasionally startles the bird some meters away. Is this actually a survival game? Climbing halfway up a mountain might sound like an easy, simple goal, but in reality... Hey Zayne, watch out! Oh? Once again, the sound of sleeping catches my attention. What? I swiftly turn around to support Zayne, who is walking behind me. Luckily, I prevent him from falling this time.
You saved my life again.
That's a bit much. Zayne, be honest with me. Do you have a hidden quest? How many falls do you need before you can claim the reward?
I don't have a quest for that. If anything, I only have myself to blame for wearing these shoes. When I bought them, I didn't expect the soles to be so prone to slipping.
Well, are these snowshoes? That's the first question. It's rare to see Zayne in such a disheveled state. I quickly cover my mouth with my hand to hide my... that thing, he said it before. Strasmaida influenced smile.
It's too late. I already saw it.
Are you reading my mind now? What is this? It's hard to hide anything from you. I burst into a fit of laughter without wasting a second. It's not often I see you like this. I swear, I'm not thinking about anything else.
Really? So there's no underlying meaning behind your laughter?
He talks calmly.
In the movies we've watched together, there's typically a scene where one character carries another in these situations.
What? Sorry. Are you trying to say you want me to carry you? Do you want me to give you a feedback ride? I scrutinize Zayne to assist his height. Then I look at myself. For a moment, I believe I can do it if I can make the proper movements. It's not impossible if I find the right way to pivot.
You don't need to use me to test the principle of levers. All you have to do is lend me a hand, Miss Physicist.
Physicist? Preventing to be spiteful, I lift my chin and cross my arms. But who refused my help after sleeping for the second time today? Zayne moves a little closer to me, his fingers fiddling with my sleeve. Is he trying to act cute?
I was concerned I'd only be a hindrance to you. But now, I think it's better to ask for your assistance.
Actually asking for help.
You'll help me, right? Please?
And you're saying please? Okay. No one can resist a big cat begging for attention. I wrap my arms around Zayne and we take slow, steady steps forward. Let's think of this as a preview of our future in 50 years. We might be a little unstable on our feet, but we can still lean on each other.
The mountain path is slippery. Be careful.
My shoes are fine. I can even dance in them right here, right now.
I'm certain you'll still be energetic 50 years from now.
Thanks. You'll also be just as lively in 50 years. I said, why is he like this? Ashwa?
There will be a blizzard soon.
Snowfall finds their way onto Zayne's outstretched hand. He had taken some time to observe them before reaching this conclusion. Zayne looks like a real winter's emissary. I mimic him holding out my hand and waiting for a snowflake to fall onto them. But as the snow melts on my palm, I'm confused and unable to understand the reasoning behind Zayne's assessment. My navigator happens to have a weather forecast feature too.
After doing research in the Arctic for several years, I managed to pick up some skills.
Oh, did you now? It's all from experience, huh? Zayne approaches me and brushes off the snow on my hair.
Plus, some lessons learned from my own recklessness.
He looks around until his gaze falls onto a nearby cabin with a blue sign.
Let's rest at the safe spot for now. Once the blizzard ends, we can continue our quest.
Even though I know the weather simulation will be realistic, I never expected it to actually create a snowstorm.
It's probably to enhance the player's immersion. Otherwise, one could just stroll into the ice palace and grab the treasure without any difficulty.
As we talk, we reach the entrance of the small cabin with the blue sign. The wood door cracks open and a space untouched by ice and snow is illuminated. Oh gosh. I don't know why I'm getting tongue twisted today. As Zayne lights the fireplace, flickering flames come to life. Their gentle warmth envelops the cabin. Outside, grayish-white snow swirls in the air and freely dances upon the region. Weird. The soundproof of the wooden cabin appears to be really good. Leaning closer to the glass, I tilt my head and try to listen to any noise. But all I can hear is the crackling of the fireplace.
You shouldn't be that close. A blizzard can destroy the window.
Yeah? Yeah.
Sit by the fireplace. It'll keep you warm.
Zayne drags me over to the fireplace. The wrecked chair isn't that big. There's just enough room for me to be snuggled against his chest though. I get it, you're using the fireplace as an excuse to cuddle and stay warm. Nevertheless, I sit down next to Zayne and scoot close to him.
If you knew what my actual goal was, then why did you still move?
Do you actually have a goal? Because I also have the same goal. And in saying, I shift into a cozier position to enjoy his warm embrace.
I'm honored to be your personal heater after serving as your navigator.
The crackling sound of the fireplace fills the air. I reach out to it, its warmth gradually seeping into my body. Do you think the treasure the villagers mentioned is something like this?
A treasure that brings warmth in winter. The concept is similar enough.
But visiting the ice palace for firewood will be pointless. They could just go into the forest.
Perhaps the treasure is a self-heating energy stone. Winter's emissaries are like torchbearers. They've been entrusted with the responsibility of bringing energy to the village.
Enveloped in the fireplace warmth, I can't help but stretch. I'm content. Zayne, your imagination got a little too wild there.
Then what sort of fantasy would you like to listen to?
I want to hear you talk about childhood memories. When we were kids, wasn't there a snowstorm that trapped you in my house? Zayne is deep in thought, his chin resting on top of my head.
At the time, my parents and I went to your place for dinner. Then it suddenly started snowing. It was getting late, and our car wouldn't start. We had no choice but to spend the night there. However, you had already returned to your room. We barely talked that day.
Oh, why? There's a delicate tremble in Zayne's words as if they have been transformed into tangible fragments of memories. As children, could Zayne and I even ever imagine ourselves nesting by the fireplace one day enjoying an idle conversation? What a pity. Maybe it's because I went to bed too early. I don't remember anything about that day. If only I had known sooner. His breath above my gradually steadies. I pause and look up. Huh? Then I quietly chuckle to myself. Fell asleep? Zayne, who was talking just a moment ago, had closed his eyes and drifted into a land of dreams. Well, our journey here did take quite a toll on us. I can also nap for a bit. I close my eyes and fall asleep in Zayne's embrace. It's a nice fragrance. Is that tea I smell? I wake up, I find myself lying down on the cabin's soft bed. Zayne is at the table with a kettle. Noticing me get up, he puts a teacup on the table.
You're awake? Here, I just finished brewing some tea.
I hold up my drink and slightly cold hands are warm once again. Outside the window, the blizzard has already subsided. What can only be seen as snowflake elegantly falling. Wait, snow? Yeah, snowflakes. Oh. There's still no sun? I feel like I only dozed off for a moment. How come the blizzard is gone already?
This weather is but a simulation. Can't keep players trapped for too long.
I guess. Do you think the snowstorm hears the wishes of winter emissaries and that's why it stopped? What is it?
It's nothing. I was thinking that this blizzard may have heard the wishes of winter's emissaries. They wanted to stay together, so it appeared.
After enjoying the snow-covered scenery outside for a while, I realized something. Zayne, aren't we halfway up the mountain? Slightly perplexed, Zayne nods. How come I didn't see a forest? There are only small slopes of varying heights, and they're all made of snow. Zayne stands up and heads over to the window.
The way forward is blocked. It will be difficult to figure out where we're going.
Does that mean we have to do another round of path searching? Is this our only option? I swing open the cabin door and take a few steps. The wind tussles my hair and messes up my clothes. Zayne walks next to me. He tucks loose strands of hair behind my ear, since they continue to obstruct my vision.
During my time in the Arctic, I learned of a local idiom. Snow will show the way.
Oh?
However, it's hard to judge its authenticity. I haven't tested it either. It could be nothing more than a saying.
Before I can joke about it being an example of superstition, I recall our current roles in the game. Do you want to see whether it's true or not? Pulling Zayne out of the cabin, I stand on the snowy slope with him.
I have doubts about whether or not this will work.
What are we doing? What if it does, though?
The what if you proposed is more uncertain than the idea itself.
Either way, it doesn't hurt to try. I clasp my hands together and close my eyes. As winter's emissaries, I can't help but entertain the possibility that seeking guidance from the snow will get us somewhere. Even though common sense comes otherwise, we are winter emissaries. What we consider normal may no longer apply to our current reality. And since we are now in a game, everything boils down to a single question. How will you know unless you try? Are your eyes closed?
Yes.
I secretly opened one eye to steal a glance at Zayne. And to my surprise, our gaze meet in mid-air. Zayne, shouldn't your eyes be closed?
It seems that I'm not the only one whose eyes are open.
I knew I was going to say that. What happened earlier doesn't count. We are closing our eyes for real this time. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes.
Okay.
I sneak open my eyes once more, hoping to catch Zayne again. But Zayne has truly closed his eyes and even mirrored my gesture by clapping his eyes in front of his chest. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my phone with me, and I really wanted to capture this moment. I'll make him do this pose next time we take snapshots, definitely. So I capture this precious moment with my eyes feeling satisfied before I close them again. Let me think. How should I say this?
May the snow be our guide and show us the path ahead.
When I try to find the proper words, Zayne's solemn voice resounds. I'm caught off guard. Why is he solemn all of a sudden? Touched by Zayne's attitude, I also speak in a more serious tone. What began as an attempt now feels more significant. Maybe winter emissaries would actually do this. We winter emissaries offer our prayers.
What we seek is a sign that will lead us to the forest.
The gentle breeze blows past me, getting stronger. Surprised, I stumble. Zayne immediately takes a step to support me by grabbing my shoulders. I guess it's finally my turn to get some help after assisting you during our climb.
We don't need to take turns to do this sort of thing.
Before our eyes, the snowflakes converge. Carried by the wind, they all start to move in the same direction. This can't be happening. The snow is actually showing us the way. I'm stunned by this phenomenon before quickly coming to my senses. Isn't this basically asking the staff to hint? Or hints? When you can't solve a puzzle in an emergency room? This only sounds like me when I went to one. When I remember how we prayed in the snow, embarrassment washes over me. Despite this, I put on an expression that says, I told you so before saying. Now do you believe in what ifs? In my what ifs?
I didn't say I had no faith. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said those words in the first place.
And here I thought, you'll only ask where we are going. You really know how to make things special. Zayne winks at me, a hint of mischief in his expression.
Since we're already in a game, we should be more serious about it.
Setting aside those awkward moments, I gaze at Zayne with the same playful expression. Speaking of which, the way you said those words earlier was really cool. I'll just give you a compliment.
Thank you for the compliment. I got it from the novel you left at my house.
Is the next chapter? Okay. Fields of snow rise where the snow coverage is. Huh? I don't even know what that is. Converges? Oh, there's a narrow path between the slopes that heads downwards and into the distance. Zayne searches the cabin and finds a simple wooden sled. He gives it a good shake. The sled is surprisingly sturdy. We don't have sled dogs, so we'll have to rely on our own strength.
A downhill path shouldn't be too difficult to traverse.
Before he can sit on the sled, however, I stop him. Doesn't that mean I can be in the driver's seat? Zayne pauses for a moment, then he graciously creates space for me.
Someone's motorcycle skills left quite the impression. I hope the sled ride is a smoother experience.
The fact that he's bringing this up, oh my god, I can't. What do you mean? Motorcycling and sledding are completely different. You can't tease me like that.
I wasn't implying anything.
Are you sure about that? Glancing at Zayne, I get on the sled. Zayne follows suit, sitting in the back with his long legs postured on my left and right. I clear my throat. Oh, welcome aboard. Nora's sled. At the moment, only the manual driving system is available. Dear passenger, you can select the following models: sightseeing, full speed, driver friendly. I hear a soft chuckle behind me.
Could you explain what driver-friendly mode offers?
This. Can I even do that? I take Zayne's hand and place them on my waist. Zayne's finger tightens their grip around me. He chuckles and his breath brushes against my neck.
It seems to be also passenger-friendly.
Let's go! Grabbing a nearby branch, I stab it into the ground and use it as a means to move the sled. The sled zooms down the slope. Propelled by inertia, I don't know. Zayne is pushed forward. His chin collides with my shoulder.
I had a feeling this experience would be unforgettable too.
It's the sled's fault, not mine. The sled breaks through piles of snow and races down the narrow path. I fix my hair, yet before my exposed skin can feel the cold air, a soft piece of fabric protects me. I turn my head. Zayne has given me his scarf.
I'm just fulfilling my duties as Zayne, the personal heater.
Isn't Zayne the personal heater also cold? I accept part of the scarf and wrap the other half around Zayne's neck.
Someone cares for me, so I don't feel cold.
The scenery around us continues to change as the sled races deep into the center of the forest. It eventually comes to a stop. The snow that's been guiding us dissipates. I get off the sled and scan our surroundings. But aside from a never-ending cave, there doesn't seem to be anything unusual.
As I've said before, if we reach the forest that's halfway up the mountain, the solution will take us directly to the summit.
Hey, weren't we halfway through the mountain? How are we halfway still still on the mountain? I don't see any clues.
The villager's hint might not be as literal as it sounds. In the worst case scenario, we can keep climbing up the mountain. Every challenge has multiple solutions.
Upon hearing the words climbing up, I immediately focus and prepare myself for an inevitable exploration of the cave. Let's keep looking. I refuse to believe that climbing up the mountain is the simplest solution. As we talk, the sound of footsteps echoes from the cave's depths. It's moving closer to us. A cute, creamy colored elephant pokes its head out of the cave. Its trunk holds a piece of parchment. Huh?
Hello, Winter's emissaries. I am Solution. I can take you to the summit thanks to my constitution. Please be gentle with me. Patting my head will fill my heart with glee. My master lives below the mountain in a village small. If you're mean to me, I'll tell them, and it won't be a nice fall.
After taking the cream-colored elephant's parchment and reading it, Zayne and I silently exchange looks. The three of us find ourselves in a state of confusion. Solution, the cream-colored elephant, tilts its head and makes a noise that sounds like it's asking a question. So the solution the villager mentioned is this elephant?
The wordplay was unexpected.
I do remember someone saying there are multiple solutions for every challenge, yet despite the unexpected obstacle, there seems to be only one solution. As I look up the solution, look up at the solution, who looks soft and cute, I can't resist the urge to pat its head. Solution lowers itself and allows me to place my hand on it. Zayne, let me tell you a secret. Solution isn't the only one who likes head pats. Understanding the implication in my words, Zayne chuckles and reaches out to pat my head.
Honestly speaking, I believe it hasn't been a secret for a while now.
Oh, last chapter. Let's go, yo. As we ride on Solution's back, the summit that houses the Ice Palace gets closer with each step. Pushing open the heavy gates, Zayne and I make our way inside. In the ice blue great hall, torn pieces of parchment lies scattered around. They flutter into the air when the doors are opened. Zayne bends down and collects a few sheets to read. I also pick up one.
They appear to be observation notes written by Winter's emissaries over the years.
We found the sun. Winter became warmer.
This one says, foggy, no sun in sight.
Yep, that was us. Are they related to the treasure? So we are looking for the sun. We lift our heads at the same time and gaze at the great hall sunlight. The sky still overcast and enveloped in clouds. There is no sign of a sun.
The weather has been cloudy this whole time.
What I said. Could making a wish to the snow help us again? Smiling, Zayne shakes his head. Like, don't you really have one wish or something like that?
If it were truly effective, we wouldn't have a mess of parchment to deal with.
Neat little trick only works once, huh? I was thinking the same, so. But will we be able to find the sun? We need to find more clues. Our attention is drawn back to the pieces of parchment that is hard across the floor. Zayne and I reach an spoken agreement as we collect the papers once more. If we can't find the sun, we will just leave a note that expresses our regret for future generations.
At the very least, ensuring others succeed doesn't mean we completely failed.
These had no sign of sunlight. Rain, it's pouring non-stop. Somebody drained? And the sun continues to hide. With every moment of the word sun, I become more and more convinced the treasures we are seeking is the sun. But where are we even going to get it? Ooh, this is a nice shot. I like that background. Following the scattered pages across the great hall, I soon find myself in a corner. The parchment paper here are stacked in a pile. It's almost as if they're hiding something underneath. Is it here? The crystal ball emerges from the parchment. The transparent sphere reflects the lead-colored sky. Huh? On a whim, I spin the crystal ball. I'm astonished when the scenery in the sphere changes. Now the reflection is of the skylight above me. Is this a telescope that shapes like a crystal ball? Since it's been placed here and directed towards the skylight, could we use this to find the sun? I rotate the crystal ball again. A magnified view of Zayne's profile appears inside it. Having yet to notice my actions, he meticulously examines the contents of the parchment. Let's see. Now the weather is. With the crystal ball, Zayne gaze remains unwavering. It's not overcast. The sky is partly cloudy. Even I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. As Zayne gaze lands on me, he raises his eyebrow, perplexed. Let's go from partly cloudy to light snowfall. He chuckles, finally understanding my words. The crystal ball captures his grin and presents it as an image that's been magnified several times over. This is good. It's starting to snow less, and the sun's about to shine. A dark cloud slowly covers the sky. Huh? And the once limited space is now shrouded in darkness. Our halos provide a gentle glow. Navigating through the scattered parchment papers on the ground, Zayne walks to my side. His gaze is locked on me, and the halo above his head casts a warm yellow light.
If we're talking about a certain kind of sun, there's one right in front of me.
What, me?
She's warmer than the sun in the sky, irreplaceable until the end of time.
Please. That literally took me aback. I didn't think he was going to say that sentence. I also have one. My son doesn't seem to be warm at first glance, but he has a heart full of passion. I tap Zayne's lips. Words dripping in honey continue to flow out of his mouth. Sometimes I almost forget we are on a treasure hunt.
Or perhaps we've already found the treasure.
Y'all are so cheesy. He takes my hand and approaches the staircase located in the corner of the Great Hall. Zayne, are you saying?
Yes. The sun might be referring to us.
Well, that would be a cute couple's quest. He shows me the parchment in his hand. It says, "Stand tall on the highest point of the Great Hall, with your head shining as bright as the sun. Get an easy win on the first try." Yeah, that's our answer. Zayne, is it possible a player from before wrote that note without knowing the actual answer? Though Zayne and I stand on the terrace for a long time, we don't hear a notification sound or anything of sorts. The sort.
I suppose the real hints are mixed in with some fake ones. I underestimated this game's difficulty.
I was going to say, I know it's not easy. In other words, it's time for a gaming master such as myself to step in, I think. I pause for a moment. After all, I haven't done any speculating about the sun we are looking for. I quickly change the subject. Actually, being unable to find the sun isn't necessarily a bad thing. We can still appreciate the beautiful scenery around us. Look. I point at the snow-covered wheat field in the distance. That's an anniversary gift from the Ashore Snow Village devs to the players. I got it because you used my account to log into the game. Zayne looks in the direction I'm pointing.
I recall the bridge of snowflakes over there being a gift from you. However, I believe it was just so you could clean up your inventory.
Why is that me? That is so me. Oh my god, I do that in games so you can gift people. You don't need to remember this. You don't need to remember those kind of things. I point at the area behind the wheat field. That zone is still locked in game. I wonder why my words caught in my throat and I narrow my eyes. I quickly ran back into the Great Hall and retrieved the crystal ball. Zayne, I found the sun. After playing around for a bit, the scenery behind the wheat field finally comes into view inside the crystal ball. From where we are, we overlook a lake that's shaped like that's shaped like the sun. Faint mist rises from the body of water and covers the area in its ethereal embrace.
It's a hot spring. And relaxing in one can certainly ward off winter's chill.
Its shape and function matches the clue. Zayne, we beat the game. Did we? We did! That smile.
You're very humble for a gaming master.
Am I? Am I humble?
In order to be of greater help in the future, I need lessons from such a talented individual.
Well, I don't think I'm humble. I quirk my eyebrows and briefly stop in my tracks as we walk down the stairs. Proud I stand before Zayne. Well, this game master happens to be looking for an apprentice, good sir. Are you genuinely committed to the art of learning? I hold out my hand. Zayne moves closer and rests his chin on my palm.
Is this enough to prove my devotion?
If I take Winter's emissary as an apprentice, does that mean I can summon some snow whenever I want? I will never have to make snowballs or snowball fights, right? For snowball fights, right? Looks like I have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. He straightens his posture, his eyes reflecting wintry hue and me pretending to be serious but barely holding back a smile.
If that is your wish, then snow will fall just for you, even in the middle of summer. With winter's emissary by your side, every snowflake will remember your name, as well as our story.
I'm like, boy, is that it? Probably. Actually ready now. Let's go. I literally thought I wouldn't be able to read everything. Yeah, I still need to do my daily. I haven't done my dailies yet. And finish this bubble bounce planner. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. This is a cute event, even though I feel like I haven't started reading the cards, so I don't know how the cards are like. But like, it seems interesting that the cards are not related to the event, or maybe they are, but the small scenes don't look like they're similar to the ones in the event. So regardless, that's gonna be it. I'm going to stream Tears of Themis shortly because I only have 4 days with that one, and yeah, I'm low-key stressed with all the events I have to do. I even have to start doing WoWA and Star Rail and finish Genshin, because Genshin is finishing this week as well. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.